Hey everybody, Brock Frady here, helping you enjoy your ride. In today's video, we're going to take an in-depth look at this gorgeous GR Corolla. I have been waiting forever to get my hands on one of these, and finally, Modern Toyota of Asheboro in Asheboro, North Carolina came through for me. They said, Brock, we got that Go Fast Corolla you've been asking about. And I cannot wait to show you the ins and outs of this beautiful hot hatch. But first, let me say a huge thank you to Modern Toyota in Asheboro, North Carolina for the opportunity to film this beautiful little beast. I'll be sure to leave all their contact information in the description box below. So as you know, in the past, Toyota has gotten with many manufacturers to make performance vehicles, to make fun cars. Most recently, they got with BMW to make the engine and multiple components in the new Supra, but Toyota decided that they wanted to make their own hot hatch. All of this you're seeing is Toyota, including under the hood, which under the hood is a little bit of a weird, quirky engine setup, but dadgummit, that thing works. It's a 1.6 liter, 3-cylinder turbocharged engine that makes 300 horsepower to all four wheels. It is four-wheel drive or all-wheel drive, and I'm in love. I really am. Other than the fact that this thing is $47,000. We normally don't start here, but let's look at the back, because the thing that stands out most in the back are those three tailpipes. I love that look. I know some other YouTubers and people online don't like the three tailpipes. I absolutely love it. And look how wide it is, especially in this low stance. Look how wide those fenders are. They are so muscular. That is just the coolest look. This one also has the carbon fiber roof. By the way, this one is a circuit edition. Only 1,500 of these are made, so get your hands on this one while you can. It has Michelin Pilot Sport 4 tires, and it has drilled rotors. It has special upgraded brake calipers. My goodness, it is just the coolest. 10-spoke wheels. Look how big that big old rotor is up front. And it is just so much fun to drive. You have a lot of ventilation, a lot of vents on this thing. Starting here with the GR, you also are gonna see GR all over the body, inside and out. In fact, just here, there was one, and then GR4, that means that is a nod to the all-wheel drive system. And then you have ventilation right here on the hood, and the hood is super athletic looking as well. You can see the bulge in the hood. Your bulge is showing, and then there's GR again right up front, and then more ventilation right there. One of the things that I noticed while I was walking around it was this big thing here. And instead of making new doors, all I did is apply this huge piece of vinyl, I guess, sticker thing right there and right there to make it look that much wider. I don't think the body is actually wider. I think it's the same Corolla body, but they just gussied it up to make it look wider. Doesn't that thing look hot though? It is truly a hot hatch, and I love how it drives. Let's take a look at the back. And it's just got, you know, regular storage stuff. There's nothing real fancy here. You do have a place to put 3 child safety seats. And then you have this rubberized mat. Oh, one thing to take into consideration is your battery is back here in the back, and that is obviously for weight distribution. Distributing weight around the vehicle is going to help performance overall. And here is another GR badge all over. And then inside, I am loving the Alcantara seating surfaces. It's like Alcantara. There is nothing in the back. The seats are extremely tight, not super comfortable for 2 people back here. But if you do have 2 people back there, they're gonna have a ton of fun. There is no doubt about that. Then here is the main attraction. Your driver's seat, you're gonna notice blue stitching right there. I love all the blue stitching. More Alcantara. GR right there on the headrest. And then you have this brushed aluminum look supporting the headrest. Here is your cool steering wheel. More blue stitching. There's your 6-speed handshaker. I'm gonna go over all of that stuff there. You do have a touchscreen system. Since this one is the Circuit Edition, it has navigation as a standard feature. And then here are your beautiful 3 pedals, sporty as can be. We're gonna take a look now under the hood at the heart of the beast. Right here is a little 1.6 liter 3-cylinder turbocharged engine that makes 300 horsepower and gets 276 pound-foot of torque. And here's a cool little factoid. You see these 3 lines? That indicates the amount of cylinders under that cover. 3 cylinders. Isn't that cool? And then there is another GR emblem there with turbo, and that's the little engine that supports all the fun stuff. Again, this is all-wheel drive. Now, as far as the dash and the internals are concerned, this is pretty much what it looks like. Like I said, it has a standard touchscreen navigation system. As I mentioned before, this one is the Circuit Edition, and so this is your touchscreen. I'm gonna hit cancel. But from this screen, you can do all the cool necessary things you need to do with music, Bluetooth, the vehicle itself, and in settings, and you know, just personal stuff, memorizing stuff, customizing your Toyota GR. That's that. Then here is your climate system. I would like to see, here's something that I'm a little bit disappointed by, in the fact that it's not very well distinguished from a regular Toyota Corolla on the inside, other than some cool stitching, a little stripe on the shift knob here, obviously shifter and the GR, but there's some differences, but they're obvious GR differences that you're gonna have to have anyways. I would like to see the interior dressed up more, but just your basic climate system is here. Heated seats right there, and then your Qi wireless charging for your cell phone. You just place your cell phone down right there. Drive mode, and this is going to be Eco, Normal, Sport, and Custom. So when I push these here, you can see that reflected here. And there is Custom. Look at the tachometer at the top, and then there's Sport. Then when you go Normal, the tach changes to the regular dial, and then you have Eco, all down there in the left bottom, where you can see that change taking place. But I like to have it there in Sport with the tachometer right here at the very top, just plain and in view, no doubt about what RPM you are running at. Digital speedometer right there. Obviously, you can tell that this one has adaptive cruise. That's just something that's in all of these vehicles, no matter if it's the special Go Fast model or not. But I want to also point you to right there where it says, right now it says GR4 6040. Now, what in the world does that mean? Well, this is a power appropriation knob. That's just what I'm calling it. I don't know what Toyota calls it, but it has front, rear, and GR4, and then you push for track. When I roll it to front, it's giving me a power split of 60% power up front and 40% power in the rear. When I turn it to rear, it has 30% power up front and 70% power in the rear. And then when I push that button down for track, it is 50-50. And that happens in real time. And I've played with this feature in real time, and I don't know that you can really tell a difference, but you know, I'm just driving this car around just a city, and you can't really push it hard enough to determine the kind of power ratio that you have going through your wheels. So take Toyota's word for it. One of them is going to be 60-40, the other 30-70, track 50-50, which Toyota says is the best setup. So I would imagine that putting this in track mode, in sport mode, in the drive modes, that's going to be where the money is, and that's where we're about to drive it. Before we drive, I was wondering, does a hot hatch like this, of this kind of price, have rev matching? It better, it should, it's supposed to. according to science. And then I found this button right here, IMT. I think it stands for Intelligent Manual Transmission, but you can press that and then you see IMT pop up on the dash. That is rev matching, because I noticed when I hit that button and then I started downshifting, you heard the beautiful sound of rev matching. Right here is going to be your gauge cluster brightness, automatic high beams, odometer and trip, and heated steering wheel, which is accidentally on, and that makes it, that defrosts your windshield wipers or heated windshield wipers. Technically the windshield wipers aren't heated, but there's an element underneath your windshield wipers that does heat up, that makes it better. So that is kind of a quick tour of the inside. Oh, that thing is nice. The shifting is ultra short, and the pressure on the clutch is perfect. All-wheel drive is brilliant. I'm so glad that Toyota brought this to life. As I mentioned, it is in track mode and it is in sport mode. So that is like the maximum sweet spot. You hear that downshifting, rev matching? Man, this thing is light. It is so light and it is so sticky. Those Michelin Pilot tires are just incredible. It's a hot day right now. It's like 90 something degrees, so it's not ideal for the, beyond ideal or for the engine, because it's so hot. The engine likes cold air, but these tires like hot. And I think that just makes them nice and sticky. The steering is really good. It's responsive. It could be a touch more dialed in, but you know, it's not European. Toyota is definitely making strides in the right direction with this car. I hope that they really take what they have learned from making this car, and hopefully there is enough of an appeal for Toyota to continue this and to go beyond 300 horsepower in a hot hatch. But this is a fantastic start. This is really, really good right out of the gate. Like I said, you know, you have the BMW Supra collaboration, and then you have the Toyota, the Subaru collaboration that Toyota did. I really like the in-house stuff. Everything done by Toyota, for Toyota. That way they can just do whatever they want to do. And that's what I really feel like this is focused on. I would love to see the GR Yaris. A lot of buzz about that, but that never came to the States. Wow, this is good. I would love a little bit, I would like this thing for about a week to get used to the shifting, because it is dialed in. I'm telling you what, right now, the clutch and that short shift is superb. Man, that is easy, and it is a 6-speed, so I've got one more gear to go. And now we're just cruising. That is excellent. Well, I love the exhaust tune. The exhaust tune is nice. I would actually kind of like it just a tick louder, but it sounds good. And it's crazy that this is this is a 3-cylinder, 1.6 liter 3-cylinder turbocharged engine that's producing this horsepower. The 300 torque with 270, the 300 horsepower with the 276 torque, to me, is not all that impressive, honestly. I think the torque needs to be running bigger than that, maybe 315. They need to be getting more torque out of this thing. So that's just my thought. But, oh, by the way, for reverse, to find reverse in this thing, there's a ring down on the shifter column itself that you pull up with your fingers, and then you go left and up, and that is how you find reverse. Let's hear this rev matching. IMT is lit up on my dash. Yeah, track day with this thing would be a blast. There's a big rev match. The crazy thing about this car is that it wants it. I mean, it wants you to push it. It does not like to be babied. When you try to, you know, take it easy on it, it's kind of jerky, and it doesn't like that. And I love a car that loves to be in a place of needing to be driven hard. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So Toyota, a little more pressure on the clutch, more torque, like by a lot. I would say 25 pound-foot more torque, if possible, if you can squeeze that out of this thing. And as far as the cabin, I would say just a couple of little touches. It doesn't have to be anything hugely fancy, but maybe something just to make it stand out a little bit more from this point of view. You do have the GR on the bottom of the steering wheel, and you do see GR on the digital dash, but everything else is base Corolla. And I think it would just dress it up nicely if you could just do a little bit of something more. Maybe Alcantara on the top of the dash there. That might be a cool touch. Other than that, in my opinion, this is a hot hatch to have. Okay, everybody, that's going to do it for our look at the 2024 Toyota Corolla GR. If you ever thought about spending almost $50,000 on a Toyota Corolla, which most of us have, this is the one that will allow you to justify spending 50 grand on a Toyota Corolla. I know I would, but remember, the most important thing of all, have a wonderful day, everybody.